All right, we will go ahead and get this thing started. At 7 p.m. on July 15th, we'll kick off the Montoursville Area School Board meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance. Please join. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, before we do roll call and roll on with the meeting here, I just want to let everyone know that we did have an executive session prior to this meeting for the board to discuss personnel concerns and issues and plans and all that good stuff, things that we just don't talk about public. All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Albert is absent this evening. Mr. Badger.
Here.
Mr. Eisenhower is absent this evening. Mr. Gardner.
Here.
Mr. Hausnick.
Here.
Miss McCoy.
Here.
Mrs. Meyer. Here. Mrs. Oberheim. Here. And Mr. Young is absent this evening.
All right, thank you very much. We'll move on to the reading of the minutes. This is the approval of the regular meeting minutes for June 10th, 2025. I'll take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Any questions, comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Great. Prior presentation period. Today we have Scott here with us from Crabtree Associates. Come on up.
Sure. Today I'm going to talk about one of the agenda items you have, which is the approval of the maximum building construction costs. There's kind of multiple facets to that approval. One of them deals with the maximum building construction costs and maximum project costs, but another part of it authorizes us to prepare the Act 34 booklet and conduct the hearing. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what that hearing is like, so you know what to expect. So Act 34 basically states that anytime you do a new building construction or an addition to a public school facility of more than 20% of the existing building area, you have to have an Act 34 hearing. And there's a couple reasons for that hearing. One is just a general education of the public to let them know what you're doing, but another one is to kind of track the costs and make sure you're not expending beyond what the state expects you to spend for a building construction. So this is kind of a outline of the booklet that we're going to be preparing. So it will be for the hearing. The hearing will be once again a public hearing that'll be recorded by a stenographer. It'll go on record. It won't be a board meeting, so it won't be anything where we take a vote. We'll conduct the hearing along with your solicitor. So your solicitor will start out by giving an introduction and background of Act 34, what the purpose of it is. The district will come behind in that and talk about the project need, which you've all kind of heard and lived and breathed for the last 5 to 6 years. Then we'll come back and talk about the options considered. So that'll be the last study update that we did back in, I think, 2022, I believe was the last version of that. So we'll talk about all the options. I think there were 7 altogether. Look at all the options considered. Then we'll do a summary of the buildings and land and the current configuration and what that configuration looks like after the project. And then we get into, we'll talk about the project itself and look at the floor plans and the site plan, for things that we looked at the last board meeting where we presented the update. And then the next kind of series of pages deal with calculations of the building costs that are geared around how the Department of Education wants to see it in the days of reimbursement. When the state would reimburse you, they had a bunch of different forms. These follow Part D of those reimbursable forms that organize the dollars to where it boils down to a maximum building construction cost, the way they want to see it, and that deals with basically the building additions, furniture, fixtures, and equipment, and any fees. So that will those 3 things entail your maximum building construction costs. That is what you'll be approving on the resolution tonight. Now, I will note that this is the when we get to that, I'll talk about a little bit more, but this is once again the maximum that we would look to spend on the project. We're in the process of reevaluating some things and trying to bring the cost back down to where in the ranges where we saw it before. We're working with the administration on ways to incorporate alternate bids, and an alternate bid would be hey, this is something we need, we want, but let's have a breakout price of it. That way, if it's beyond what we want to spend on our budget, we won't accept it. But if it is within our budget, then we have the ability to accept it. So we're working on that to get the project cost down, but we want to at least bring to the public where the maximum we feel it would be. And then your financial consultant will talk about different ways they've looked at analyzing the financing. They'll go through the millage impact. They'll talk about indirect costs, which your business manager is working on, as far as what are the operational savings and any transportation change in costs, food service transport costs, things like that. And then we'll close with the resolution, then a public comment period. And then once the public comment period ends, then the hearing will conclude. A couple of just administrative tasks with the hearing. We have to provide the booklet and advertise 20 days before the hearing and accept any written comment before that. So we'll work with the district in preparing that ad and getting that placed. And then after the hearing, we'll also have a period of written comment that will happen. Any questions on the hearing itself? Okay, this is the resolution. So there's a couple fat pieces of this. I mentioned the maximum building construction costs. So right now we're at $7,899,162. Once again, looking to bring that cost down. The important note for this, when it deals with the act, you cannot exceed that cost more than 8%. I know we talked about reducing the cost, but if you go beyond that cost on bid day, more than 8%, you have to have a second Act 34 hearing. We don't anticipate being there, but that's just something I want to make you aware of. All the other project costs, so that's your renovation, construction costs, any soft costs, contingencies, financing fees, site work, all those other things total about 16 million, and that 23.9 million for the total maximum project cost was what we presented the last time we were here. The other piece of this, as part of the booklet, the other part of that, when I mentioned that the Department of Education wants to make sure you don't exceed a building expenditure limit. That'll be part of the hearing as well. Basically, there's a calculation that says, based on the capacity of your building and how much you're allocating toward how much capacity you have in the additions, they give you a per pupil cost rate based on an elementary student. And they'll say, based on that, here's where you cannot make that building cost more than this dollar amount, or you have to have a referendum. We're always well below that. We have, for those of you who know our history, we do the lowest cost schools in the state, so it's never an issue with us. That's part of the booklet as well. I think we're about $2 or $3 million under that number for the addition. So any questions on the resolution? Okay, that'll be later on in the agenda. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, we also have Mr. Farrar with the federal programs.
Yeah, this is something we have to do annually, as we get ready to look forward to the next year. So, first and foremost, the report we had for the third consecutive year, a monitoring visit this past spring, and pleased to tell you that we had 0 findings. Which is, you know, again, usually you walk out with at least 1 or 2, but we walked out this time with 0. So, again, thanks to everybody in the district who helps put that together. But it's a comprehensive process, but you know, the state and the federal government are very satisfied with how we operate our federal programs. So when we talk about federal programs, what we do, we look at mainly look at Title I as the one you've heard of probably if your children have gone through school, and it is the biggest component. And that was started many, many years ago. The purpose to enhance instruction in the areas of reading and math and being expanded in other areas, but those are the 2 primary. And we focus mainly on reading, of course, and that's where we spend our dollars. And the idea, we always have targeted the elementary schools to provide extra additional instruction beyond what the classroom teacher normally does. Again, to boost and support those children as they build those foundational skills. You can use it in other places, but again, we only receive, quite frankly, a pretty small chunk compared to many of the districts across the state. Our Title I dollars were slated to receive around 291,000, sorry, thousand.
All of our problems are solved.
Yeah, $291,000.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Which, you know, again, is less than 1% of our total, you know, district. But It does help though, because again, it allows us as a district, when we find the most bang for our buck, is to help supply additional staff. Some certified reading teachers at each elementary school, as well as some paraprofessionals who are specially trained in helping to assist with instruction and reading. And that's where we found our best bang for our buck to help our kids. And we see good results. I mean, we see growth every year when our kids go and serve. We assess them at the beginning of the year, we assess them throughout, and at the end of the year, again, we have to set a target, and we kind of see across the board, pretty strong growth. And again, if a child doesn't, then we have to look at what are other avenues we could like to support that child. Looking at, possible ability to help and further learning disability or what have you, whatever we do there. But as a whole, like I said, our allocation went down slightly this year, about 3,000 less than last year. But again, it does provide us enough to supplement what we do there with that instruction. Jeremy, I know gave you an update. I'm sure you've heard with the other federal programs right now. Out of those, we only look at titles 2 and 4. The others we don't. The federal Department of Education has paused that funding. They want to analyze it and study it a little bit before they decide what they're going to do as far as allocating that. So we're kind of in a hold pattern there. And that, with titles 2 and 4, we use primarily for class size reduction. The other part of this meeting we have is just, again, any general feedback or questions or anything in the areas of focusing that reading instruction. And we also have our parent and family engagement policies, which just outline what we do as a district to make sure it's a federally guided thing. Our policies are well within that because we passed the monitoring visits. But making sure that we're notifying parents about academic, standards and how to help their child grow and succeed in the classroom and also at home and beyond. And again, the activities we do to try to help engage our families with the education process. So, is there any feedback or anything? Everything we do, but it's a requirement. So I appreciate you giving me the time to do so. Okay. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, and we'll move on to the public comment portion of the evening, the first public comment portion. This is for residents and taxpayers to comment on matters of concern or official action or deliberation before the board. Anybody? Right. No one in the room. We'll go online. If anyone is interested, please raise your hand. All right, no hands raised. That was the fastest public comments session ever. Business managers report. Mrs. Smith.
You've received copies of the treasurer's report for the period ending June 30th, 2025 for the general fund and cafeteria fund. We are submitting these to the board for your consideration for approval.
All right, take a motion to approve those.
Second.
Any questions? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
You received copies of the listing of invoices for the general fund and cafeteria fund for the period ending July 15th, 2025. We are submitting these to the board for your consideration of approval and payment.
All right, take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right, roll call vote.
Mr. Albert,
Yes.
Mr. Badger,
Yes.
Mr. Eisenhower's not here, Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Hausnick,
Yes.
Ms. McCoy,
Yes.
Mrs. Meyer.
Yes.
And Mrs. Oberheim.
Yes.
And Mr. Young is not here. And just to give you an update on the business office, we're working on transportation for next year, getting the kindergarten kids added in, working on closing out the year. One thing I will say on behalf of the title funds, the Title II and the Title IV, it does make up about $71,000 of our budget. And right now they are, we'll have those funds on hold, so we do not know if we will definitely receive them in 25-26. But they were appropriated in March, so they should be released to the districts We just have to advocate to our senators and our representatives to push to have these funds released to the school districts. It's school districts across the nation, so it's not just Pennsylvania. I did spend some time, I visited 8 different senators' offices down in DC, advocating for just stabilization of our funding. Because not knowing what funding comes in makes it very hard for us to plan, as we have to have our budget passed by June 30th. But we still do not know what we're going to receive from the state yet, because we still do not have a state budget. And then with this happening in the at the federal level, and then withholding our funds for 25-26 after they were already appropriated to us, does cause, some problems. Ensuring that we have proper funding to meet the needs of the students. So if you have questions on how to reach out to your senators or your representatives, please reach out to me. And I have drafts of letters that you can send to them, urging them to reach and get those funds released. And I have also have letters that you can send out to the state representatives, urging them to pass a budget and fund education. So that's just some of the stuff that we've been working on in the business office.
Thank you very much. All right, moving on to the superintendent's report. I don't remember where we started last time, so we're gonna shake it up, and Mr. Knopfler, you get to go first this time. Come on, you haven't said anything in forever.
He says the same thing.
You does, yeah. There's always
Or he
nothing to
punts to
report.
Danny. Or he punts to Mr. Alberts.
Next time, please be prepared.
Oh,
I could go on. Yeah, you're right. Never mind, scratch it. Mrs. Albert. Tanner.
Yeah, I just kind of want to echo what Albert was saying. We're just kind of finishing everything up for the last school year and getting everything ready to start on with the upcoming school year. One of the things that we're doing in the Start office that we'll be sending out very soon is all of the Title IV service agreements to our students and their parents for them to review and get back to us without community.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
More of the same scheduling. It's been also working on that for high school, but yeah, planning, working with some of the dual partners. Find out, iron out. Really good experience we have with the options we need.
Echoing here as well, thank you, President, for the school year. Want to thank the maintenance and custodial staff for really doing a nice job. New gym for Spotlight, nice shine on it, and carpet and Marion, so looking really good. Well, thank you, Joe.
I have something to,
Oh, all right.
FBLA, we had 6 students that went to nationals. The one team of Carly McKenna and Brady Cohen came in 7th in the nation for their sales presentation. So they all did well and had a good time.
That's great.
That's
Never
awesome.
seen something
Yes.
amazing.
And I will echo the support for those through, those guys and him in here doing tours and moving stuff around.
You're not helping my daughter.
I want to care of really take care of our.
It's coming from her.
They're once a month bring in donuts or Mr. Stickies. or
Oh,
Mr.
which ones are those?
Mr.
Stickies, they'll all be showing up on that day. That's right. Like, oh, guys, swing by the high school.
Guess which day it's going to be. It's always a surprise. So good.
I'd like to officially volunteer to help.
Yeah, I think me too.
No problem.
It's like you're hired.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Brady. Mr.
Oh, no, about the same, planning after next year, getting something ready to go, looking at our schedule and seeing how we get to help our students out a little bit more with some instructional strategies, things like that. Just little things getting ready for next year.
All right, thank you very much. Keith?
You'd think with the summer, crisis management would go away, but it continues in full force, so, just continuing to operate. I know who's getting air conditioning now in their offices. So I guess I better, thanks, Joe. To keep my air. No, they're doing a phenomenal job getting us ready for the school year, so, but I know I'm looking forward to getting the kids back. Much better place with the kids around, so. Well, I have, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Oh, and like one other thing, sorry. I am thankful, to you guys approving moving this meeting. It made for a much more robust agenda for July. Typically, we're scrambling to put this agenda together. We had time to get things in and on the agenda to help prepare for the school year, so, there's a lot of relief that comes with approving some of the things that are on here, so it's appreciated, and I hope we continue that, moving forward at this July, and I think we've moved August as well. It is the third Tuesday instead of the second, for that same reason, just so we can get prepared and ready for the school year. So I did want to add that. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, moving on to the general agenda items for the evening. I would like to combine, we have a lot in here, so we'll combine 7-1 through 7-11. And then we will do 13 and 12, 13 and 14.
14 has to be roll call,
Yep.
so.
Yep, 14 roll call. So we'll do 12, 13 and 14 separately, with 14 being a roll call vote.
Apparently need dinner.
Me too. Really talking to each other.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions on any of those? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed?
I would like to throw a comment on 7.11. That was the agreement between, actually, I think there were two, 7.10 and 7.11. The agreements for our cyber school programming. There are 35 students enrolled in that to start next school year. 5 of those are coming back from cyber charters, mostly CCA. So we continue to have some success in bringing some kids back. So thank you.
That's good to hear. All right, 7-12, approval of the following amendment to the agreement between Montoursville Area School District and Crabtree Rohrbach Associates for Kleinfelder Geotechnical Engineering Services.
Second.
All right, any questions on that? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? 7.13, approval of the following amendment to the agreement between Montoursville Area School District and Crabtree Rohrbach Associates for kitchen and cafeteria equipment.
Motion to approve.
Second. All right, any questions on that? All right, hearing none, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? 7.14, approval of the resolution cost agreement between Montoursville Area School District and Crabtree Rohrbach and Associates.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions or comments concerning?
Just to be clear, this is the resolution for the Act 34. We have the hearing and the maximum cost
I agree that the maximum.
that we will not exceed that number. I think I described much like we do with the budget. We can't, that's a number we can't go above. We can certainly come under, which is the plan.
Is that the overall amount or is that
Yes,
just for
that's the
initial?
total.
The total.
Yeah.
All right, hearing no questions, we'll do a roll call vote.
Mr. Albert,
Yes.
Mr. Badger,
Yes.
Mr. Gardner,
Yes.
Mr. Hasnick,
Yes.
Ms. McCoy,
Yes.
Mrs. Meyer.
Yes.
Mrs. Oberheim.
Yes.
All right. Personnel section, I'd like to combine 8.1 through 8.4.
Second.
Any question?
Would you like me to go over the reasoning for 8.4?
Yes, please.
Most of our registration is done. We've had some move-ins, people actually moving within the district as well, between Woodstock Valley and lighter boundaries. Because of that, we're at the point now where kindergarten numbers at lighter, when I look at those, they're at 70. And we currently have 3 teachers. One of those is moving from the valley, which puts us at 23.3 per kindergarten room. That is, in my opinion, not doable. It's way too many kindergartners in, especially with what we're used to in Montoursville in a class. So I have proposal 1 listed as, I took the smallest class enrollment at lighter, which is our 2nd grade next year. They have 71 total students. Took that down to 3 teachers and moving one of those to kindergarten. That puts it, the 2nd grade, that's where the issue is, 23.6. I still feel in those primary grades, that's too many, and hearing our conversations in the town hall meetings of class size being important in maintaining what we're used to in Montoursville, that's large. So when you look at proposal 2, and proposing to add a long-term sub to kindergarten, because the budget is settled and there is no budgetary reserve that will come from the fund balance. That would put 4 teachers then at lighter, one of those from the valley. That reduces it to 17.5 in kindergarten and maintains high teens in grades 1 through 4, except for 3rd grade, which is at 20.5. And I know we don't have half kids, so one will be.
Counted as a whole.
That's weird.
So that's the purpose of having that agenda item on there. And again, hearing what we've told the public and your stance on class size in the district. That's why I propose to add a long-term sub. Long terms can go away then at the end of the year, without laying off. If we wouldn't need it.
Is
So,
there a change in enrollment? Like, is that?
we've had some move-ins. We got to the point at the valley where there weren't enough kids to sustain 2 full-time teachers. So we've honored requests to attend lighter. So that's put those numbers a little bit higher than the original enrollment. So yes, some late registrations, some move-ins has changed enrollment. And we're at a point where 3-4 kids coming in shifts those average class sizes. So. Yeah, you would be at 20,
Right.
21 and
You're
3/4,
still
something
too high
like
for-
that.
You're still too high for
for-
kindergarten.
for
That's way
kindergarten.
too high for kindergarten.
And our numbers overall are down. We also had some retentions in there as well that boosted that.
Right, any other comments or concerns on 8.1 through 8.4?
I just want to thank you, Dan, for keeping an eye on class size.
I know that's
I-
important to us
I
in the
appreciate
district, so. I also know money is too. But class size is extremely important.
All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Very well. 9.1, transportation approval of the following addition to the bus driver and aid list for the 2024-2025 school year. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, why?
Take a motion to approve those.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions? All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Okay. Academics, approval of the request from parent of student 262340 for enrollment and waiver of tuition of student 262340 for the 2025-2026 school year to finish their senior year. Take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Okay.
Question?
So there was an explanation requested on this. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
So, the question comes up when we waive tuition, we're just giving away taxpayer stuff. That is not the case here. For instance, your high school, when you just look at, and this is something we've done traditionally in the district. Many boards prior to you, many board members prior to you have approved this. A kid spends all their time here and circumstances change that senior year. It's good to let them, it's the right thing to do, to let them finish. So in this case, I'm going to throw out average numbers. Your senior class here, you have staff, supplies, Chromebooks, everything that's needed to run about 150 kids through here. We're at, what is class, the graduating class this year? No, it's 130 something. So I'm gonna use 130 as the number. You have a capacity there then of 20 kids that you're paying for and not educating. They're not here. So you've already spent the money because you still have to educate the 130 that are here. If you say no to that one kid, you're down to 129. You haven't saved anything. If you say yes to them, you haven't spent anything. You still have the same number of teachers, same number of supplies, same number of Chromebooks. It's not costing you more to keep a senior here. Now, if they would go enroll in a cyber school somewhere, or they end up as a special ed placement, that's going back to their home district. This is simply a kid that comes through our front doors and is educated as the 130 other seniors that are here at no additional cost to the district. So I hope that answers your question.
I already knew, I just
I
wanted to
know,
clarify.
you wanted to clarify. Well, I hope that clarifies.
I hope it clarifies.
The situation.
Into other circumstances, and
Yep.
I'm concerned about that plenty opening, and I also asked Todd, I'm like, hey, what is this? So, and that was done for me at Wings for my senior year. So I understand that it is.
It's important for that kid and family. They want their diploma from here. I think we should support that. So,
Absolutely.
thank you.
All right, so all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Just forgot where we were at. All right, policy 11.1, acknowledgement of the review of the following policies. So that would be policy 249, bullying and cyberbullying, and policy 918, Title I, family engagement. Take a motion to approve or acknowledge. Motion to approve. There we go. Any questions?
What was different?
Nothing. There are no
Okay.
changes. It's only to review. It's a requirement. Yeah, when he said, we had no findings in our Title I audit, this was one of the ones
Okay.
from last year's Title I audit, so we were putting it on for review so we can update the date and pass our audit.
Excellent.
Hopefully
Good.
not
I
3
just
years
wanted
in a
to
row.
Make sure I wasn't missing something.
Nope, no changes, just a review and acknowledgement.
So we did get a second on that one, correct?
Yes, that was your
That was
second.
you, all right. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. Committee reports. PSBA, Mrs. Overham. Right, Policy Committee, Mrs. McCloy.
Nothing except the passing for the review of the two policies.
We just said no, you had a lot of work.
I know, I guess I would have.
And bother you with it, because it's just,
IU Representative, Mrs. Meyer.
Let's see, just want to say that they just ended their extended school year. Or they're ending it this week, so we had obviously kids participate in it. They also have a new registered teachers apprentice grant available at the IU, so just something also to put out there, that they did apply for funding, they were granted it. So they do have that to try to, as we're trying to do as well, get more teachers out there, especially in the IU. And I was just gonna say, they had a wellness summit in May, it was student centered and it went very well, and it went so well, they're gonna continue to do that every year. And I think that's all I got for you. Cause we're off there now. We get July.
All right, at LCTC, Mr. Gardner.
Nothing new.
Memorial Gardens, Mr. Hausner.
Nothing at this time.
Budget, Mrs. Myers or Mr. House.
Good. I'm done.
All right, Montoursville Foundation, Mr. Young's not here, Mr. Tia.
nothing, all quiet this summer.
All right, Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Albert. Yeah, and extracurricular, Mr. Hausner.
The Hack Two Boys Track All-Star teams were announced. Bryce Winslow was an honorable mention in the 100 and second team in the 400. And honorable mention in the 300 hurdles. The 1600 relay team boys was first team all league. In the girls, on the 100 and 300 hurdles, Faith Berwanger was honorable mention in both. Long jump, Leah Phillips was second team. In the pole vault, Kendall Sims was first team, Allie Everhart second team, and Marissa Mahunsky honorable mention. Ellie Malin second team in shot put, and Ellie Malin second team in javelin. The high school baseball team ended up runners-up state champions, losing a 5-4 heartbreaker. Allie Rabert was named the 2025 Pennsylvania State Laurel Queen for Montoursville. We need another photograph up in the hallway because Kaylee Shellman was named first team, class 3A at third base, all state. So she was the first team third baseman, all state. And even though he graduated in 2020, Jackson Delano was 6th round pick of the San Diego Padres
Oh, yeah.
from Montoursville. That's it.
Great. Good updates. Thank you very much, sir. All right, Safety and Security, Mr. Young is not here today, neither is Mr. Eisenhower. Wellness, Mr. McCloy.
I have nothing to report, but I'm assuming that there's a meeting coming up soon.
Don't have one scheduled yet.
So just let me know when that is.
One will be scheduled.
When did you want it for?
When do I want it for?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'll talk to you after.
Okay.
All right. That takes us to the final public comment portion of the evening. Anybody in-house interested?
Can I say something, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm Dan Ayers, in case some of you don't know me, I have three functions around here. I'm the crossing guard, I help the athletic director, and I work at Later School in the front door.
Before you continue, can you state your address?
Okay, 1101 Weaver Street,
Thank you, sir.
40 years I lived there, so.
Most of us know that, but.
I just got my taxes in the mail, so I'm ready to go. I make money at the school to pay my taxes. That's the way the game plays, so.
Pay your own.
But anyway, I have two issues, okay? First of all, this is for Brandy. I was an ex-official sports 39 years. Are we going to arbiter pay or are we gonna keep paying the officials by checks?
We're not going to arbiter.
Okay, starting this year. Because I still have friends in the official world and some of them are happy and some of them are not happy, so. In the words of Dan Tarmina, if you don't want to come to Montoursville, then don't come to Montoursville, right? Correct? Okay. And a lot of the schools are going to it. Second of all, I've been the assistant game manager for 10 years and we need some more ticket takers, okay? And to get more ticket takers, we need to up the price a little bit. Because if we ever lose Sherry Wooster, we're in big trouble because she's everywhere taking tickets. And that's my only pet peeve of, we used to have volunteer at the junior high level and people didn't show up or they had a toddler on their lap and I didn't like the way the money was being. Because I collect the money at the end of the night and I take it over to Melissa's office and it's secure there. So, but I think we need some good ticket takers where we can trust people and maybe up the pay a little bit. I don't know. So, but there's some football games where they're standing in line at the Catholic Church and, you know, we need some good quality ticket takers. And that's, you know, from being in the athletic department for the last 10 years, that's my pet peeve, you know. I think, and I don't know what the other schools are paying. If you want me to call some of my AD friends and see what they're paying and we can work something out, but I think to get dependable people, we need to up the price a little bit. And Melissa's not here. I've told her I was gonna do this and wanted to make sure, you know, everything's okay that I brought this up tonight, but as the 10 years I've been here, that's the only thing I noticed that's a little not up to par compared to other schools, you know. So, but, and I know it's out of your control, but the playoffs, people my age do not want to get on the internet and buy their tickets. They're staying home. They're not coming. We could go back to cash, you know.
There's bills that they're.
Yeah. But then that's hard on Melissa too, because she needs a lot of change because everybody gives them a $20 bill when they come to the game, because that's what you get at the ATM machine. So, you know, it's a nightmare. And we've had some great crowds here at Montoursville for football, you know, and the band. So the Losaw game's away this year, so that's like, yay. That's a big night. So, but other than that, I think it's a great school. My kids both went here and they got fabulous jobs in the world and keep up the good work. So, okay.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you for listening. Yep.
Yeah, come on up.
I'd just like to say thank you from the Tourism League football.
Oh, yeah.
For
Oh, that's why you.
allowing us to use facilities.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Kids like being on the big field.
Feels pretty cool.
Kids love
I love the turf.
Mr. Houseman's been a coach there for years. Coached my boy last year. It's great for the kids.
Yeah.
They enjoy it. We have a nice facility for them to use and we appreciate you guys. Of
course.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. When I refereed, we were in the mud at football.
You can stay in the mud at McCall.
That's his fault.
Here we go.
All right, now we'll go online. Is there anyone interested, please raise your hand, probably not. Very well. That concludes the public comment portion of the evening, so we will move to make a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. All right, thanks, everyone.